Welcome to Streaming Wars Streaming Roundup, the mini version of our show that brings you this week's streaming news here on that hashtag show. I'm Chelsea Schwartz.
I'm Yael Tygiel.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
So, yesterday, Disney Plus dropped all 10 episodes of Earth to Ned. This is their first ever talk show, and you can actually binge it, which is rare for Disney Plus. They've only done this with prop culture so far.
Yeah, I'm really loving this. I'm a big fan of a quality talk show, and I think this is a really fun Disney way of doing it.
Absolutely. And so this is brought to us by Jim Henson Studios. So our talk show hosts, our sidekick, our band, they're all creatures. And Earth to Ned is basically these aliens have been sent to destroy Earth, but instead they've decided to host a chat show and become obsessed and fall in love with everything about humanity. And it's hilarious. And there's great guests, everyone from like Gina Carano to RuPaul. And if you're a big Star Wars fan, you definitely need to watch episode 3.
Yeah, Disney Plus is killing it right now. Also, Mulan is out on Disney Plus. Let's talk about this. We were very unhappy with this decision, but I know that we've changed our tune a little bit.
Definitely. First of all, I just want to say that it is such a bummer that this film is not going to be shown on the theaters, at least not now. Hopefully, maybe it'll get a release when things are safe to do so. But if you can get yourself outside of the animation and what that storyline is and just allow this to be a new film, everything about it was great. The fight choreography, the score it gave me chills at various moments, and the subtle nods to the original score. I really, really loved Mulan. So what I'm going to say is that if you were excited about Mulan in any capacity and you can't wait any longer, you will not regret the $30 to rent this movie.
Yeah, I agree that it's worth it. I also think that if you can't afford it, that's okay, because it's going to be free to stream in December. So you just got to wait it out at this point, which is incredible that they're finally giving it to us.
Totally. I was like, and just to remind people, if you do spend the $30, you will have access to rewatch Mulan all the way up until the point that it is then free in December as well. So it's not just a 24-hour rental, but it's absolutely worth the price, I think. Like if I had spent the $30 and watched it alone because I don't live with other people, I would not have regretted 1 cent of that $30.
Big words. Let's take it a little bit to Amazon and talk about The Boys.
Oh my God, this series, first of all, like the first season when I remember watching it, it dropped, I believe, during Comic-Con, and I came home from Comic-Con and watched the whole thing in one day and then started obsessively Googling any information about season 2. And now it's here.
It is. The first 3 episodes dropped yesterday, and now it's going to be week to week, which is kind of the Hulu model that Amazon's taking over.
It's also the HBO Max model.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Either do it all or week to week. That's my personal opinion. That said, I'm so glad I got 3 episodes because I could not stop after just 1.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, let's get into some headlines for this week because, again, there's all the announcements. The biggest, most exciting thing that I've got for everybody is that we finally have a release date for season 2 of The Mandalorian. Is coming October 30th, just in time for Halloween. More Baby Yoda.
I'm so excited for Disney Plus to finally, I think that was the show that got enough people to really love this platform. And I think that that's the show that's going to keep us coming back. So I'm excited for another season.
Definitely. And speaking of shows that people are excited about, so the heads behind Game of Thrones, David and DB, sometimes known as D&D, have finally announced they've got a new series they're working on. It's coming to Netflix. It's an adaptation of The Three-Body Problem. It's the story of humanity's first contact with an alien civilization. That's all we really know at this point, but let's see what they do.
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy, especially with how they ended Game of Thrones, and people weren't sure how they felt. So I'm very interested to see how this plays out.
Absolutely, me too. And speaking of Netflix, so we all know in this last week, we lost our king, Chadwick Boseman. It's a tragedy that is inspiring and empowering me daily while deeply breaking my heart. But we get one final Chadwick performance, and it's coming to Netflix at the end of this year. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. We don't have the release date yet, but Netflix has said it will be out later this year.
On a little bit of happier news, let's talk about Hulu's situation.
Yeah, Hulu. So if you're a fan of the Madagascar animation franchise, coming on Monday, Hulu is dropping a prequel, if you will, called Madagascar A Little Wild. It's all the characters you know, but back when they were babies, like the Muppet Babies. So it's a Hulu original from DreamWorks. So it's not only going to Hulu, it's also dropping on Peacock, which is, I guess, makes it a shared original.
Yeah, Peacock's doing a lot. All of a sudden, Peacock has 9 originals this month. 9, including 2 late night topical news shows and 3 films. They came out of nowhere with all of this, but if you have Peacock, now's the chance. Now's all their stuff coming out.
Yeah,
so
or if you've been slightly curious about, do I need this platform? Well, here comes all of the originals.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's what we've got for you guys this week. So also, if you enjoyed our episode last week, which was a focus all on HBO Max, join us next week as we take a closer look at Netflix.
Yeah, be sure that you're following and subscribed to that hashtag show so you don't miss an episode.
See you next week.